Hello and welcome back to Dungeons & Dragons, Planescape, Torment, the Enhanced Edition. Let's resume our life. And yeah, we dealt with Mar here.
I'm gone.
But let's head to the place we've been avoiding this whole time. The big house in the middle. Small dwelling. Oh hey, it's another one of those centaur people. See a tall figure of a creature standing before you. The lower portion of the body resembles that of a goat. However, just above its powerful forelegs, the shape of a more human appearance, with a man's torso, arms, and head, all of which covered in polished armor. The creature's eyes are closed and appears to be sleeping. Let's let the creature sleep. Let's not be rude. Nestor, you gonna tell me about Nintendo Power? See an aging man in soiled and tattered clothes, frantically pacing in the corner. His shock of filthy white hair sticks out in every direction, and his face, encrusted with dirt and streaks of dry blood, is covered with a gray stubble. Every few seconds he stops pacing and flails about suddenly, muttering and cursing as if assaulted by some unseen foe. He doesn't seem to notice your approach. Greetings? Sound of your voice, the old loon whirls about to face you. His wide, staring eyes bulge out of their sockets. He regards you for a brief moment, then returns to his raving. No! It's not you. But soon, yes, soon. Who you talking to? Old man seems oblivious to your presence. You'll come, yes. You'll come, and old Nestor will be waiting. Waiting? Who are you waiting for? Waiting, yes. He suddenly plops down on the floor as if overcome by exhaustion. Long have I waited. Waiting. Takes a deep breath and springs back to his feet. Wait forever if I have to. Do you hear me? All right. No! Nestor's face turns beet red as his whole body shakes. Project. My fork! Can't leave without my fork! Fork! Your fork. Fork! Can't go home without my fork! Nestor's frenzy reaches a violent crescendo. He begins hopping up and down maniacally when suddenly stops, lowers his head, and runs headlong into a large wooden cupboard that stands against the back of the flophouse. The force of the impact knocks the old man flat on his back. After a few seconds, he stands up again, a dazed expression on his face. Gone! Stolen! Can't go home without my fork. Oh boy. Who took your fork? Nestor stares at you for a long moment, then begins rummaging through his pockets of his filthy tunic. After a few seconds, he produces what appears to be a dismembered ear. Judging by the stench and color of the ear, you'd wager that the old loon has been toting around in his pocket for some time. You have my fork, don't you? Don't you? Boo-hoo. He holds the ear as close as speaking to it. Bring back my fork. Maybe I can help you? Waiting! Woohoo! Shakes the ear violently as he shouts into it. Till you bring it back, then I can go home. Right. I'll try to find your fork then. Farewell.
Updated my journal. I'm gone.
So, yeah, remember that one-ear guy? Yeah. Of course you would.
I'm gone.
My inventory is full.
Good as done.
Hey, Cutter! I got a good place for you to stay. Come inside. You live longer. We got warm beds in here, Cutter. Come on in.
Actually, let's pass some more stuff over. There we go.
All right.
Cutter, come on. You don't want to sleep out here. It's cold. Come on inside where it's warm.
All right.
Come on, Cutter. What are you afraid of?
So now we have a reason to talk to this guy. Shady-looking fellow standing there, picking his teeth with what appears to be a tiny metal fork. His chest is covered by patchwork armor, adorned with large spikes, long knife fangs at his side. Notice he's missing his right ear. Okay.
Updated
Greetings.
my journal.
Guard you coolly from the shadows, sizing you up. I had some questions for you. One of your tiefling scowls at you threatening. Pike off, Burke! I'll have your guts for garters. You wouldn't have happened to have lost that ear while robbing an old man here in the hive. I don't know what you're talking about, Burke. He glances at you angrily. Now I suggest you get your mangled carcass out of me sight before I carve me name into you. Certainly, just give me the fork you stole from him and I'll be on my way. White flash a moment too quick to follow, whips his knife from his sheath and begins waving it menacingly at you. Why don't you come and take it from me, Burke? Why don't you put that blade away before you get hurt? Yeah, you sure do have a sharp tongue, Burke. Cut it loose and feed it to you. Okay, is the only way I can deal with him violently? Nope. Does look like I can deal with this properly. Let me just double check that. Yep, fine. Fork.
Done.
And Charisma 13. Good.
Updated
Greetings.
my journal.
Had some questions for you. How'd you lose the ear? What'd you say? His right hand drips to the hilt of his blade. Just curious, behind every scar is a good tale. As you can see, I speak from experience. You do look as if you had seen your share of slashing. He manages a small chuckle, runs his fingers across the scars on the side of his head. At least still have both ears. What happened? A while back, I bobbed an old pensioner's sod. His face takes on a subtle expression. He began to relate the tale. Silly blighter wouldn't get along with it. Go on. So it has to get rough with the old sod, and when we were scraping, he gets a hold of me ear and bites it clean off. Oh. Then what happened? What do you think happened? Barmy bit my ear off, so I thumped his skull and put him in the dead book. Alright, sorry, I did too. He glanced around nervously before continuing. I think a spirit's haunting me. Haunting you? He nods and quickly traces a semicircle over his heart. Aye, 'tis true. Sometimes I hear his voice in me head, cursing and telling me how he's waiting for me. Scares the pants off of me, it does. Oh, he can still hear out of that ear. Maybe I can help you lay his spirit to rest. Stop him from haunting you. Takes a step back from you and cocks his head. You can do that? How? Give me what you stole from him, and I'll see to it he goes away. I don't know how you're talking about, Burke. He glances there. Oh. Why don't you come clean? Oh, wrong one.
I'm gone.
Well, we're getting closer there.
You want to think it's gonna cost you, Cutter?
Updated my journal.
Greetings. Had some questions. How'd you lose the ear? Just curious. What happened? Go on. And what happened? Haunting. Keep him from haunting you. Huh. Oh, yeah, my int isn't high enough for me to lie to him, I guess. Oh, well. Putting you in the dead book. Yeah, sure you have a sharp tongue, Burke.
You see that?
Okay. High quality stiletto, 1 to 4. Bone dagger, I think is still, yeah, way better.
Cutter, come on, you don't want to sleep out here. It's cold. Come on inside where it's warm.
I think after this quest, I'm going to go and start chucking some of the stuff I've been picking up. Old man stops frantic pacing and glances at you nervous. Fork! 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 Can't go home without a fork. Is this the fork you speak of? Nestor hastily snatches at the fork. My fork! My fork! Fork, 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 fork. Ho, ho, ho! Hops up and down excitedly, waving the fork back and forth in an elaborate pattern above his head as if he were performing some sort of ritual. Now we can go home! Farewell! Ho, ho! Farewell, Nestor. Nestor turns to leave. Then, as if struck with some afterthought, he turns back and hands you a scrap of something soft and rubbery. The severed ear. Upon closer examination, note that there's an earring still dangling from it. I'll pocket the earring and disregard the rotting piece
Updated
of
my
flesh.
journal.
One ear's earring, usable only by thieves. The small earring is made from polished obsidian. Despite the smoothness of the surface, it reflects no light whatsoever. Interesting. Let's see here. I think that's pretty much all I have to do in this section, although I can still do one more thing.
Done.
Let's see here. Okay, I'm in the right spot. Ah, here he is. Oh. You see a man who is looking around in the building with some confusion. Looks lost and mumbling himself. Greetings. Man looks relieved. At last! I beg your indulgence, good sir. Seem to have gotten turned around in the maze of streets. He chuckles uncomfortably. I'm afraid this area of the city is somewhat unknown to me. Residents seem to be most unwilling to extend an aid to the visitor. Can I prevail upon you to help me, perchance? Certainly. Where are you trying to go? Seek the house of my Aunt Murgatroyd. She is reported to dwell in a house close to the mortuary, but the street's layouts have been changed since my last visit. Do you know the house of which I speak? I'm afraid I have never heard of such a place. I suppose it would have been too much good fortune to hope that you would have known such a place. He nods slightly. Well, thank you for your time, good sir. It is most welcome on the streets. Farewell. Maybe it's your own pickpocketing skill that caused you to be on guard, but as you turn to leave, you instinctively check your purse and notice the man removing his hand from it. It doesn't seem to know you saw him, however. Well, let's do what we do all the time. And, let's bait him from, to do it again so we can check his technique. Lost another 5 copper, gain experience 1,250, nice. Engage the man in light conversation and secretly study his movements. Man seems to rely on 2 things. 1, tending to be a high-class citizen out of his element to lower the target's guard, and 2, distracting the mark by having the victim point out directions. When the victim turns and points to a street or landmark, the man skims the mark's purse and tucks items from his conveniently long sleeve. Make a mental note of this technique, just as he makes another grab for your purse. Well, let's grab his hand. Hand snaps and wraps around his wrist in a crushing grip. The man gives a yelp and desperately tries to yank it free. Stop struggling, or I'll keep your hand. There must be something in your tone, because he stops struggling instantly. Seems to wilt beneath your gaze. Return what you stole from me now. He nods and begins to empty his pockets, gives you a handful of coins, far more than he stole from you. Total must come to a few dozen copper commons. No, you keep the rest. I only want what you stole from me. He looks at you in surprise. Are you tricking him? He shrugs and he puts the excess back into his pockets. We're even. Now I never want to see you again. Understand? He nods. Let him go and then leave.
Damn it.
Okay. Oh.
Hey, you! Hey, Cutter, come on inside and get warm! We're gonna get a nice bed! Cutter, come on, you don't want to sleep out here, it's cold! Come on inside where it's warm!
I think if I go this way, I will actually be, yeah, in the, marketplace.
Done.
Show me.
Okay. Oh, you don't want, those. That's fine. You will take these, though. Okay. Bronze bracelets. Gonna keep the high quality stuff for now. But definitely get rid of all the bronze. You carrying anything? Yep. +1 to armor class. Obsidian earring, +10 stealth bonus. Used only by thieves. While earring is made from polished obsidian. Commonly referred to as a rogue's best friend, the green black gem in the earring is made from, possesses magical powers that absorbs light, making it easier for the wearer to move undetected in the shadows.
You can't afford to get cut off!
Nice. Let's see, my AC is 10, you're 2. Yeah, oh god. My armor class is so terrible. Yep. Green steel dagger, yeah, I think I don't really need that anymore. Stiletto, yeah. I'll take the earrings. Battle-axe quality, yep. Rusty dagger, sure. You have anything? No. Not selling that. I've got $2 grand. I think before I continue on, I think what I need is some ink.
All right.
Specifically, any kind of tattoos that can actually help my armor class. Yeah, see what tattoos you have. Protection from evil. Invokes bless. Ah. Tattoo of greater might. +2 to strength. Not bad. +2 to dex. Extra constitution. Okay, let's buy that because I can use it for now at least. Extra charisma, not bad. Extra wisdom, not bad either. Although, I think I could use some more intelligence. Apparently, I can just throw tattoos on myself. Oh well, armor class is 7, not great, but I'll take it. And when we come back, more of Planescape Torment. Have a good one, folks.